Welcome to my YouTube channel. Venezuela is done. Mission Greenland on track. Next is Canada. Donald Trump shocked Canada with just one post on Truth Social threatening to stop the US-Canada bridge. The US president seems hell-bent on making Canada America's 51st state, and this latest map put a stamp on Trump's plan. US President Donald Trump dropped a big bombshell in a post on his Truth Social account. This time the target is none other than the historically of the US-Canada. After repeated threats of making it the US 51st state, Trump in a fresh salvo now threats to stop the opening of the Canada-US bridge. Trump said Canada must fully compensate and threat the US fairly. Trump added that negotiation regarding the project would begin immediately, insisting that the US should own perhaps at least one half of this asset. Gordie Howe International Bridge becomes the latest flashpoint in a broader US-Canada trade agreement. The bridge, which is expected to open in early 2026, is said to be the only bridge that allows for foot and bike traffic between Detroit, Michigan and Windsor, Ontario. Construction on the bridge over the Detroit River, which is named for the late legendary Canadian hockey player Gordie Howe, who played for the Detroit Red Wings, began in 2018 and has been funded by the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, a federal crown corporation owned by the Canadian government. Is responsible for operating, maintaining and rehabilitating the bridge for the next 36 years. Trump called for the US to gain more stake in the project, suggesting the country should control at least half of the roughly $4.7 billion bridge. He criticized Canada for owning both sides of the crossing and for allegedly using little US-made material during construction. He also adopted pointedly in his Truth Social post that, and now on top of everything else, Prime Minister Mark Carney wants to make a deal with China which will eat Canada alive. We have just got the leftover. I do not think so. The dispute over the bridge is the latest in the border partner of the US-Canada trade disagreements. Washington has warned it could impose steep 100% tariffs on Canada after Carney traveled to Beijing last month and concluded a preliminary trade agreement with China. Trump has been locked in trade dispute with Canada since returning to office in January 2025. He had earlier floated the idea of US state annexing Canada on February 9th. Trump reshared a map of the United States showing Greenland and Canada as its part. In the post, Trump is seen seated inside the Oval Office with NATO leaders including France President Emmanuel Macron, Italy Giorgia Meloni, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen, and among others. And behind Trump is a map painted in US flag colors. Trump has repeatedly argued that without massive US subsidies, Canada would cease to exist as a viable country, stating that he wants Canada to be the 51st state. Trump had said, "I think Canada would be much better off being the 51st state because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I am not going to let that happen." Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share this video and subscribe this channel.